how does one discern that she's called to consecrated virginity?
Well, gosh, I'd rather have someone who's a consecrated virgin
Okay.
answer that question.
I'm not.
Yes. No, you are not. And I'm glad you're not.
Okay, me too. Works out well for us.
But I mean, I can offer some things in general, some thoughts, but really and truly, we should ask that of a consecrated virgin and have somebody who's gone through it and experienced it to witness to that. But I could answer it in this light. How does anyone discern his or her vocation? Well, with so many things, begin with your desires.
Mm-hmm.
What are your real desires? Not that our desires are entirely trustworthy. Oftentimes they're misguided and riddled with selfishness, and we're in need of purification. But we have general dispositions in life. And if you've been walking with the Lord for a time, you can, I would say, trust pretty well. If your general disposition is toward married life, then probably that's what the Lord's going to be calling you to. If you had a real calling to be a consecrated virgin, the Lord is going to put that desire on your heart. Mm-hmm. He's not going to have you go in that direction screaming in rebellion or rebelling against it, I guess is what I wanted to say. Not that there won't be resistances to it, perhaps. But get in touch with your desires. Learn listening prayer. What do I mean by listening prayer? Prayer is meant to be, John Paul II says, a dialogue of love. And I know for a long time in my own life, prayer was usually a monologue, and I was doing the talking. I was making the noise.
Can I just share a little funny quote
please.
About that? I read recently an author who said, we can come to prayer saying, "Speak, Lord, your servant is listening." But more often we come saying, "Listen, Lord, your servant is speaking."
True. Yeah. Yes, that's exactly what I'm getting at. Listening prayer means learning stillness, learning to be at peace in quietness. And that's scary. We kind of get jittery. We want to distract ourselves. We want to read something. We want to pray a rosary, which is, that's fine and good, pray a rosary. But learn listening prayer in stillness. Learn how to discern how the Lord speaks to your heart. The Lord speaks the language of your heart. I learned with the help of my spiritual director that the language of my heart is a lot of times music or memories or movies or smells and I'm not perfect at it, but I have learned, okay, I think that's the Lord speaking to my heart. Mm-hmm. Listening prayer, learn to hear the Lord speaking to you. It's critical for us to discern these kind of vocations. I'd also say, what are your natural gifts? What are your natural dispositions? I remember somebody came to a talk of mine years ago and said, "Christopher, you preach the gospel with conviction. You should have been a priest." And I said, no, I should not have been. I really discerned that. And it was very clear that my calling, my vocation was marriage. So I rejoice in that. We should rejoice in the vocations that we're given, because those are whatever we're given, that's the path for us to reach holiness.
And when a person actually takes a vow of consecrated virginity, there's actually a process within, I think it's diocesan based.
Oh, yes. Yeah, we should clarify that, Wendy. That's important. Where
she would have a beautiful mass of consecration with her bishop. And the bishop's office of religious life would actually have a person that you would contact when you are, really pursuing this vocation to meet with and to help with that discernment process and the preparation for taking that vow of consecrated virginity. And we have had the great privilege of being present for a friend of ours, well known to many of our listeners, Jen Settle.
Yeah.
When she made her vows, to the Archbishop of Philadelphia, Charles Chaput, but to the Lord.
Yes.
Under his...
and she dressed as a...
She was dressed as a bride.
Dressed as a
She
beautiful
was
bride.
absolutely beautiful.
And she walked up to the altar with
an oil lamp.
An oil lamp.
Burning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoop, whoop, whoop. So just to answer that, practical side of the question, when the vows are made, it is an official, beautiful consecration in the church under your bishop. Yeah.
I'll add just one more thought there, that consecrated virginity is a proclamation to the whole world that there's more than just this world. And a world that is hell-bent on convincing us this is all there is doesn't like that message. But it's an absolutely necessary message. St. Paul says it so clearly. If this world is all there is, if there's no resurrection, if there's no other side, then go indulge in all the pleasures of the world, because tomorrow you die. If this is all you get, eat, drink, be merry, gorge, binge, have as much sex as you want, why wouldn't you if this world is all there is? But if this world is just a shadow of another world, then the goal of our lives in this world is to learn how to aim our desire for fulfillment towards real fulfillment. And then we don't come to reject the things of this world. We don't reject the pleasures of this life. God made them all. But he didn't make them as our ultimate fulfillment. He made them as signs of our ultimate fulfillment. We only get in trouble with the pleasures of this world when we treat the icon that they are. That's what they are. They're icons. That means a sign of something more, something beyond. We only get in trouble with the pleasures of this world when we treat the icons as idols, when we expect the pleasures of this world to be our ultimate fulfillment. So to loop this back around, the consecrated virgin is not saying sex is bad and I want to be holy, therefore I'm going to reject all that and live this spiritual life cut off from the things of this world. She's saying, no, I'm opening my very body to transcendence. I'm opening my whole body, soul, mystery as a woman to the eternal bridegroom. And I become in that way a sign that this world is not all there is. There really is another world, and it is worth selling everything to possess.
Awesome.